Hey, what you got going on?
I don't know much down here in Atlanta.
Hey, I'm in Atlanta. Boy, what you got?
I know.
What's in them? Man, you done put on a few, huh?
Yeah. It's that quarantine, pal.
Nah, cause I'm quarantined, man. You
Santo-
wearing now, man?
Santonio, he does that to everybody. Don't
I
feel.
know. I know it.
210, man. That's it. See, just 210.
What
You
the?
know, like,
What the?
what is he
Whoa,
doing?
time out.
What is he doing? Like,
what
what
the
is he
fuck?
doing?
What the fuck you have on?
Like, what is he doing right now?
Is that like your underwear?
Hey, man, these are my around the
Hey,
house
what
shorts.
right now?
Hey, but you see that six pack though?
Yeah, I know. I see. You going hard like we still in school and shit. Nah, I'm not doing all that.
Honestly, I don't, man. I work out for an hour, 15, hour, 20 minutes every other day.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Really? Doing
That's
what,
it. I did it.
burpees?
Huh?
What you doing, burpees?
Nah, man. I got a gym. I got a gym in my house, man. So I don't.
Oh, real?
Hey, show him the gun now, boss. Go ahead, show him the gym. Go ahead.
You don't want to see that gym.
Yeah, go show him the gym. Santonio, this man's got a gym like a darn Fitness Plus.
I'm upstairs, but hold on. Let me see.
Look, see, I told you he was gonna show you the gym.
Let me see. Dre.
The house is very big.
Shh, go eat.
So how you just click on that like that?
Cause I got skills, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look how I do it. Watch this. Time out. Watch this. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all need to stop this.
Oh, I got one better. Hold on. Watch
Hey,
this.
man.
Oh no.
You need a copy of that book.
Oh my goodness.
I got the book right here.
Oh,
It's part of my plug.
OMG.
Matter of fact, we need to get started because
Yeah, let's get started.
the millions and the millions want to watch this.
All right,
All right, I'm ready when you are.
ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Welcome
Time out. Before you do that, don't just give it like count the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then start.
Take it down!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Marvin Constant Show. I'm your host, Marvin Constant. I'm here with my co-host, the man himself, Joseph.
Marvin, what's going on, big man? What's happening?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, it's that time of the year, just trying to enjoy life, trying to stay safe and not spend too much money.
I'll tell you what, the millions and the millions been waiting for this episode. We've been off the track for a little bit, but now the Marvin Constant Show is back. We don't find Alabama legends. Alabama legends find us. And Marvin, I got to tell you, I got some news from the other place.
What you got?
Well, everybody knows that, Auburn beat LSU, they're excited about it. They think they got like a big program this year. But what a lot of people don't know is they were late to the game.
Why is that?
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No.
My sources told me. Bubba and Coleman in Alabama called me up and told me. They heard, Bubba heard that they were driving on the highway and they passed a sign saying clean the restroom, so they stopped and cleaned it. So yeah, that's a big. Hey, look, that's a big thing for the Auburn community because now around Auburn they got clean bathrooms. So.
You are special.
No, but
Well, I
for
just
real
wish
though,
they had
but seriously though, for real though, on a serious tip, I really need to know this. If two Auburn fans get divorced, are they still cousins?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
But I wish they had beat the COVID out of LSU, but clearly they didn't. So there won't be a LSU Alabama this week. But the letdown of all letdowns. Because I was looking forward to getting that retribution after last year, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our guest for the night, Alabama legend, the man himself, Mr. Santonio Beard.
Hello, people.
Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. It's a pleasure to have you. I hope life has been treating you well.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Just enjoying life, trying to stay safe. COVID free. Trying to stay safe in this environment. How it is going on now.
Yeah, man. Staying COVID free is definitely one of the things that we're all striving for. The way these numbers are going up, especially here in Georgia, especially here in the Atlanta area. I seen what the numbers were today. And it is not pretty, man. So, yeah, pretty much, it's almost getting to the point where it's every man for himself. But, you got to take the good with the bad. So, let's just jump right into it. All right, man. So, my first question, I got to ask you this, man. You played running back. What made you want to come to the University of Alabama after Shaun Alexander leaves? Because those are some big shoes to fill.
Well, I was an Alabama fan at 12 years old. I'm from Tennessee. So when I left Tennessee to go to Alabama, it was a big deal. So at 12 years old, I saw David Palmer in Alabama playing a national championship game. And from then on, I was swept away. A lot of my high school teammates went to UT, and I always had it in my heart that, Alabama is where I wanted to go. So it didn't even matter who was going to be at Alabama. It was in my heart. And if I had the opportunity and if I could make the grades and get in, that's where I was going. And Lord willing, I made the grades. I got in and roll tide all the way. You cut me open, I bleed crimson, baby. All the way since 12 years old.
Now, after you get to Alabama, did you ever get a chance to talk to Shaun? Did he ever give you any words of wisdom, any guidance, anything on how to be the best running back that you could be at Alabama? Because we all know that those are high expectations playing football for the University of Alabama.
Oh, no doubt. Shaun was my boy. My freshman year, we won the SEC championship. So, I got a chance to spend
You're welcome.
I had a chance to spend a season with Shaun. We was on the same rocket on the same thing. So, yeah, he was a major factor. He showed us a lot. He showed us what to do, what not to do. But, sometimes in life, you do what you got to do. So, yeah, Shaun was a major factor, major plus. But after that year, a year later, our coaches left. So the same people that recruited us, they were no longer there no more, and ties had changed.
So after those coaches leave, we get a new coaching staff to come in. Now, you said it yourself. You're from Tennessee. A lot of the guys that you played with went to UT. But at Alabama, you were in competition with another running back from Tennessee, Ahmad Galloway. So what was that competition like between you and Ahmad?
It was cool. Me and Ahmad, we go all the way back to high school. Both was up for the Mr. Football Award. I won it. And then he went to Alabama. And then a year later, I go to Alabama. But, it was always a Tennessee thing with us. It wasn't much on I wanted to be competitive, but Ahmad's so cool and laid back, he wasn't really all with that. So once I learned that, we pretty much was cool going back and forth, doing the Tennessee thing. What I didn't know, he would try to help out. But of course, everybody want to be the guy and everybody want to be number one. So we just had a friendly, healthy relationship going back and forth.
Santonio, first off, I want to say how much of an honor and privilege it is. I used to watch you on TV. I don't know how many times I do this show with Marvin. And I say to myself, man, I used to watch this guy. I watched you run 75 yards for a touchdown. I mean, it's crazy that I'm actually talking to you. But speaking of Ahmad, when's the last time you talked to him? Because we talked to him on this show. He seems a little out there. So how crazy is like I'm crazy in a good way. I'm not talking. I'm not just. I mean, he's a funny guy. Like, do you have any funny stories of Ahmad? It's just you and him, or like what he's like in real life?
Ahmad, a wild boy. I talked to Ahmad, man, it's been a couple of months now. But Ahmad, a wild boy. Good guy, kind-hearted guy, give whatever if he got it. He a fun guy, but he different, but he a fun guy.
Santonio, tell me about that notable game against the other team, Auburn University.
Mhm.
You and the Mall got ran 300 yards combined. I mean,
Mhm.
what was the? I mean, what was it like in the locker room after y'all did that? And I mean, that was a pretty amazing moment. And
It's a story. It's a story behind that. So in the beginning of that week going into that game, all the media talk about was Cadillac and Ronnie Brown. Cadillac and Ronnie Brown for Auburn. So me and Amar was like, wait a minute. Hold on. We pretty good here too. Let's go in and show them what's this all about. So I don't know if you remember after all that game was over with and I was asked a question, about the Cadillac. And I made a statement where if he's a Cadillac, I must be the Bentley and Ahmad must be the Rolls Royce. So those after those statements, I don't think he liked those pretty much. And I don't think he spoke to me again after those statements were made. Speaking about Cadillac Williams for Auburn.
Well, that was definitely a solid performance from the both of you. Now, we all know that Dennis Franchione came in as the coach to replace Dubose and his staff. So when Franchione comes in, he also brings in one of his guys. So enter into the mix Mr. Shaun Williams, another running back, but he's Franchione's guy because he comes from Texas with Franchione. So we all know how that goes. So what was it like being a part of that, and what the daily battles when you got a coach who brings in his guy? Because we all know when a coach brings in his guy, he's bringing him for a reason.
Do you want the PG or do you want the real?
I want the real.
I hated it. I hated Dennis Franchione. I thought he was a racist. I didn't like him at all. Yeah, he said a lot of racial undertones, things that he would do. Ole Miss homecoming, I had 5 touchdowns that game. He gave the game ball to the punter, Lane Bearden. Now, I tied a school record, Shaun Alexander's 5 touchdown game. I tie it. I get the game ball from CBS who was doing the game. We get into the locker room. He gives the game ball to Lane Bearden, the punter. Unbelievable. I mean, that game moving forward, I couldn't stand him. I hated his guts. I mean, me and him had issues. He wanted you to be like others. He wouldn't allow you to be yourself. And it was very difficult every day knowing, he used to play mind games with me. We would announce the starters before the game. They would announce someone else's name, but I would be the guy that starts. Like all kind of mind games that he would play. And it was so difficult knowing that no matter what we did, he was going to choose his guys. His guys were going to do whatever. That was kind of difficult. But hold on, you had the same experience. So what was it like for you too?
I was not a fan of his at all. And, after the things that I went through with him, he was part of the reason why I walked away from the university to get the medical attention that I needed, because him and his staff, they wanted no parts in helping me. All they were concerned about was the scholarship spot that I was filling and that I was hurt. So all he seen was a spot that he wanted empty. And that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to let y'all have this, because if I don't, me and you going to have it out. So I know exactly what you mean. He was definitely a prick, not somebody that I'm a fan of. And, out of all the coaches I've ever played for, if I ever had to label one as it would be him.
Definitely. I feel the same way. And I felt a lot of people, felt the same way about him. There was things that he was doing that was just was not cool. He would play mind games and would do little dirty stuff. And to be honest with you, man, he said a lot of things to scouts that was low down about me, which I mean, that goes to show you, no matter what you do for a university, the college coach still can do things to you that that can screw you up long term with certain things just because they don't like you.
Right. And speaking of adversity, you went through adversity as well. You suffered a knee injury. We all know that knee injuries can change lives for the good or for the bad. For some of us, for me, it was for the bad. I've seen some people, it's actually been for the betterment of them because they were able to go in and rehab and get stronger and get faster from the process. So mentally and physically, what was that injury like for you and how did it impact your career?
Well, it slowed me a little notch down. I had a ACL injury, and it was my second year at Alabama. I redshirted. We started out number 3 in the country. We lose our first game. That's the same year French only gets fired. So a lot of emotions going on. I'm coming off knee surgery. I'm redshirting. We're not doing so well. We're losing. We're on the verge of losing our head coach. I mean, people are talking about another coach is coming in. So when another coach comes in, that means another, who knows what the offense is going to be, what it's going to look like. And then at first, we were supposed to have the guy with the 5 wide receiver, the guy that never made it, never showed up because, he went to the strip club. Like, I believe his name was Price or something.
Mike Price.
Yeah. So he never made it. So, you never know when all this coaching changes. Because remember, we still chose to stay at Alabama, even though we were going through a probation period. Right. We chose to stay there for the love of the university. We could have gone on and moved forward and gone on to other schools and then have to sit out. But, once you're at the University of Alabama, you fall in love with it. You fall in love with at least 95% of the fans who are good people, and you want to stay there because it's love, that's family, that's what you know. So, I chose to stay. I didn't want to go elsewhere. I chose to stick it out, even though our last 2 years there, we weren't going to go to a bowl game because we was on probation, but we stuck it out. And then the very last year, French only just leaves, which was the best thing that ever happened for the university. That led towards another coach, and then, of course, Coach Saban. So, actually, I guess it all worked out in the end for the good.
Right. Now, after everything that happens in college, you still get a shot to go play after college. Is there a team that you wanted to play for, or were you happy with where you landed in the NFL?
It really didn't even matter, man. I just wanted to get the opportunity and just to be able to say that I was on a team. For a lot of people have the mindset of, well, I wanted to do this, I want to do that. My whole thought process was, I want to play on TV in college, and I want to make it to the NFLs and pros. It never was a certain amount of years. It never was Super Bowl. It never was anything like that. It was just the point of just to have the opportunity to walk in that locker room to actually say, hey, I made it on the team. And when I can say, what's so funny about that is when I started out with Oakland and then went to Denver and then ran into Ahmad again. We both on the same team in Denver. Crazy. Matter of fact, not just Ahmad, Brandon Marie is on that team. So the same 3 guys that were at Bama, we ended up being in Denver at the same time. Crazy. Also, with Triana's Luke, he was on the team too.
Yeah, that is quite the lineup to have all y'all in one place. So I know it was a battle for reps. And I know on cut day, y'all was all looking at each other like, we can't all make it.
Exactly. Brandon ended up playing fullback. Ahmad was still on IR. They had brought me back, and I was back and forth from active to practice squad, going back and forth. And then Ahmad got let go. He went to San Diego. I stayed out in Denver for 2 seasons and then went on to come up places. Went out to NFL Europe, then Canada. And, my last, I was at Baltimore. I had was signed on. I went to go take my physical, and then they had told me that I had a tear in my right ACL. And then I knew at 28, being a running back, just the second one on a different knee, it was pretty much over with for me. And then it was time to get in the real world.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Taking it back to college, everybody has a favorite moment from playing in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite moment from playing in Bryant-Denny?
My favorite moment from playing in Bryant-Denny Stadium had to be my 5 touchdown game on homecoming of 2002. That was a moment for me. I really couldn't stand Dennis Franchione. And I really couldn't stand him to the utmost. And then after that game, moving forward, he had no choice but to ride with me. So pretty much that was that was my most exciting game. Besides that game and the Mississippi State game in '99 when we clinched the West to go to the SEC championship, those two I think those stand out the most.
Man, you could have picked another game besides that Mississippi State when I was still in the hospital. All right, yeah.
Yeah. You speaking about the love of Alabama, I want to tell you this. When I see the number 34, you're the first person that comes to mind. I mean, Alabama fans still love you. I mean, this is speaking. I have no association to the university. I never played collegiate football. I'm telling you this as a fan. When we see number 34, we think San Antonio. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, we still love you, and I'm glad that you still love the fans because I mean,
yes,
we still think about you.
Hey, we ended. Oh yeah, I never forget though. We ended the streak up in Knoxville. UT had us on like 7 years in a row, I believe, and we ended that streak up there in Knoxville, and I think we've been kicking our ass ever since.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to beat Tennessee. I mean, hell, my grandmother can beat Tennessee and she's dead. But going back to that you scored 5 touchdowns. Only 2 other football players at the University of Alabama did that. Shaun Alexander being one of them. So, I mean, what was so special about that day to make you score 5 touchdowns in one game?
Well, between that and just being frustrated with the situation at hand with the coaches, it was just one of those games where, you know what, I'm about to show them. I'm about to show them who I am. And I did. I believe I scored on my first 3 times touching it.
Well, I want to ask you this. We're not going to get negative or anything, but we all know about, some of the legal troubles that you had in the future.
Okay.
What is your life like today?
Oh, my life is wonderful. I'm 40 years old now. Got my own business going on, so have kids. So life is wonderful right now. The situation that I was into back then was just me being young and pretty much not knowing, what's that next destination that you're going to do. So once you're done playing professional football, there's life after that. So a lot of people have a hard time transitioning into what they're going to do next. What's the next venture for them? So you sit around and you think and you go through options, and some people don't have a lot of options. It's football or nothing. So you kind of venture off in certain things, and before you know you're making a little money, and before you know it, you're caught up into something that you really don't want to be into. So you live and you learn, and the experiences of life as you get older, wisdom comes in, and it tells you, hey, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And you live and you learn, you move forward, and you try to pass that down to other people so they won't make the same mistakes you made.
That's a very grown man answer, brother. Very, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud to see how you've evolved through life, man. Because I met you when you first came in as a freshman. So, man, I'm just happy to see life is treating you well, man. And before we let you go, I got one more question for you. Which strip club did you go to in Miami when we was at the Orange Bowl?
Man, I don't even recall. We went to one. Matter of fact, I was wilding down there. Matter of fact, I got put out of the meeting room because we showed up late. Me and Boogie showed up late. You remember, Coach? I running my coach then. How mean he was. He told me and Boogie to go back to our room. We showed up. It couldn't have been number 3 seconds late. And he put us out of the meeting. We had to go back in the room. And we were so scared we was going to get sent back home, but he didn't do it. To be honest with you, I ain't never said this to anybody, but Shaun Alexander showed me a great time. I mean, I don't even know if I should be saying this. We was in limos. We was going to Dan Marino's Bar and Grill. We met the comedian Earthquake. I mean, I don't know where all this. We had a ball. Just put it like that.
Hey, look. So while you was out with him, I was out with Big Sam. We got caught
Damn.
breaking curfew a couple nights. Hey, look. We came in one night. It's me, Big Sam, and K. Smith. Dubo just looking at us like, man, we all can't play. We all got bad knee. We rehab. What you want us to do? Like but hey, we had a great time. But I tell you, man, Coco's in the Rolex. I ain't gonna call no names, but some folks had to put them white T-shirts on because they was underage. They were under 21.
Yes. And whatever that was on South Beach, Coconut Grove, whatever we went to.
The promenade, baby.
Yes, the promenade. Oh man, yes, that was it. That was it right there. I remember when I was young. What, just 18? Goodness,
Yeah.
You're right. We had the white T-shirts on because we were young. I ain't gonna be ashamed to say it. We had them on.
Made to put the white T-shirts on.
Yeah, we was underage. Yeah, they did. You low down for that, Constance. You low down for that.
Wait, Santonio, real fast. Marvin always talks about how hard he hits. How hard did Marvin really hit?
Oh, Marvin was the real deal. Like, Marvin was the real deal. Like, the quiet is kept. Marvin was the real deal. He was the essential SEC linebacker. Speed, power, tenacity. He was always a hard worker. He always worked hard. He was always with a gym rat. I mean, always in the gym, always working out. Go full speed, headhunter. Him and the fullbacks, they go headhunter. They headhunt each other every practice. Marvin was the real deal. I mean, even the game he got hurt in, I believe. What you have, 15 tackles that game, Marvin?
13, 14. Yeah, it was a lot of.
Even the game you got, yeah. I mean, nasty. Animal. I don't want to block him on blitz pickup. I'm gonna cut his ass.
Wait, so when you say that he was a gym rat, I mean, did he look like this back in the day?
Not them abs, but his arms was big as crap. Marvin knew he had that beer belly.
Hey, but you know what though? A few years ago, man, I had got a 317, man.
Really? Well, when you was a police officer?
Nah, man, I'm talking a few years ago.
Wow. Hold on, was you in Georgia?
Yeah, in Georgia.
You was 317 in Georgia.
317, brother.
No, Mark, I can't see it, Con.
Whoa, Marvin, you was a cop?
That was a long time ago. You see it right there, don't you?
Oh.
In that orange shirt, you see that belly hanging over that stump. That belly hanging over that belt, though.
That's too much. That's gutters right there, baby.
Hey,
that's
man,
gutters.
317, brother.
That's them gutters.
317. So yeah.
Wow. Hey, did your body, like, when I'm getting this look, did your body feel abnormal? Like it felt it felt funny?
Very funny. Man, do you see this?
Goodness.
So basically what Marvin's trying to say is today, if you pick up your copy of Physical and Mental Fitness at 40 Plus, he'll autograph his personal copy for you right now. So go to Amazon.com or 40plus.com. 40plusstrong.com. I'm sorry. Now, just the other day, Derrick Henry called me up because he calls me every day. Ever since we started this show, Derrick Henry was like, when can I be on the show? I said, you got to wait your turn. But he wants a copy of this book so he can get in shape for the NFL season. Man,
I just sent an autographed copy to my man DJ Hall yesterday. DJ, shout out to you, man. It's always real.
So what you're saying is, so you got a workout guide in the book?
It's 3 different workout plans in there, and I talk about how to eat.
Well, I need you to send me a copy. I need you to send me a copy.
Santonio.
Yes.
if he gives it to you for free, me and Marvin gonna have some problems. He may be paid for mine.
Hey. Yeah.
I bet that damn punter. Hey, I bet that damn punter will get a free damn book.
Hey, Lane,
Yeah,
Lane was my classmate. Lane was class of '98, man. Stop that.
What about that damn field goal kicker?
Hey, Lane shouldn't have got that damn Lane. Hey, I'm still mad about my damn game ball.
Santonio, you should have saw Marvin's face. I asked about what was the field goal kicker's name?
Lupin.
When you can see it. I want Marvin shaking his head.
You talking about that some bitch down in Miami?
Miami, the LSU
Yes.
game, the La Tech game. Which game you want to pick?
Yes.
You know,
That's what he said.
He's a doctor now. You know that?
What he said, why is everybody so upset for?
Look at Marvin.
Because you missed the kick.
Marvin.
Kicks.
Hold on. That was the same guy, Marvin?
Yeah.
Marvin.
They missed a lot of field goals throughout the year.
Marvin, you can't just get mad at one field goal kicker, man. Because Alabama has a history of that.
Yes, we do. We can get every player, but we can't get a damn kick.
Well, it seems that we have one now, so
yeah.
The one this year has been pretty solid.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
About damn time. Took long enough.
It looked like we were just picking them all up off 15th Street. Goodness.
15th Street, I was going to say a back alley. Man, not even 15th Street.
But I do have a question about Tuscaloosa. Because, I'm a private investigator, and I did a lot of cases in Tuscaloosa. And the first time I ever went to Tuscaloosa, I always picture, a college town. And when I say a college town, I always picture a stuck-up, snobby kind of town, like, what other city I'm talking about? But,
like Auburn?
Yes, I wasn't going to say Auburn, but yes. But when you go to Tuscaloosa, it's like, it's not a bad city, but it's different. It's like a town that I would live in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like it's like railroad tracks and
yes, grass,
trees.
It's a regular city with an amazing football team.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you talking about the high school team or the football or the college football team?
Either one, because Central High School football has always been phenomenal. Again, ESPN did do a special on us a few years ago from when I was playing there. Shout out to ESPN for the special on See How Football. Yeah.
Hey, ESPN don't pay for this show. Don't get them.
Man, anytime anybody want to put me on ESPN, I'm gonna shout them out. Brother, that's all the time for tonight, man. Again, I want to thank you for giving us this time. And you're not too far from me. So anytime you want to hit the gym, you know where I am. And if you don't know, I give you the direction. Well, you got an iPhone or some Android or something. Just put in your GPS. You come on over here. We'll get this work in.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you up on that because I want to show everybody, hey, this book is real. So look what can happen to me. I can be your spokesman. Hey, it can happen for me too.
Hey, look, I'm going to show you something. You playing now. Hold on. What? Hey, look.
Oh, before
my boy John right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvin, you got to talk so people can see it.
Hey, how long it take? How long this transaction? How long did it take?
He did that in 2 months, man. In 2 months, he put them type of numbers together in 2 months. Yeah. So all he did is follow the principles in the book, man. So it's real simple, man.
Yeah,
it ain't rocket science.
We definitely gonna connect on that. But listen here, man. Anytime and every time you ever need me to do an interview, you need me to do anything, you know my number. Call me. I'm gonna show up for support. And listen, I need that book, and I want to look like that too.
You see my son, don't it? You see my son? You see what he did, don't it? Ooh.
How long? 2 months?
No, he did that in about 18 months, but he dropped 82 pounds too.
Woo.
Yeah, man. See, we winning over here, man. We just applying these principles. We winning, man.
You do it. Yeah. I gotta get with you. I definitely gotta get with you.
You gotta get with me. Hey, look, I'm gonna drop one more on you. I know you know this one. You see him? Who is that? Who is that?
I can't see their face.
Funny man, comedian.
Which one?
Funny man, Jermaine Funny
Funny
Man
man.
Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
The
you see
comedian
him?
dude.
Yeah, I put that 6-pack on him. You see, he went from that gut to that 6-pack, baby. We ain't playing no games around here, man. Changing lives, man. It's all a matter of whether or not you want to commit to it or not, man. Changing lives, brother.
Let's do that, man. Hey, thank y'all for having me. And I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, brother. And roll tide.
Roll Tide.
Hey, Santonio,
Yo.
before you go, did anybody ever tell you look like the dad from House Party?
No. It's two baby guy.
Hey, the only time I can get to crack a joke to a legend. I mean, it's like,
That was
when can I ever
funny.
do this?
Only you, Joe.